All right, we're live. Sorry, we had some more technical difficulties. We're going to wait for some people to chime in, and we'll get started. Doing some hitting approaches tonight, so should be fun. First one checked in is the Nizios from our 12U team. The Wyatts from down near Wildwood checking in. If you're checking in, make sure you like us or let us know you're checking in so we can see who's all here. Oh, legendary coach Ed Hayes watching tonight. Ed, we're going to be going over your approach at the plate. Not your swing, your approach at the plate. Little Jeffrey's watching, Coach Ryan Walter. Julian from the 11U team.
Oh, Julian.
The Kalitas. Tommy Zaz again. The Nizios are here. We have another trivia question tonight for Phillies tickets. Go ahead. Jude wants to say hi. Alright, well, Jude will be in the video. Who else we got? Oh, the Nords are checking in. Tyler Anderson from the 13U team. Cassengers. Josh. Charlie Steinmetz. Georgie Conway. I know we got some people from the Ben Salem team. Ben Salem 11U team checking in tonight. John McDonald watching tonight. Hello, Sean. Joey Lang as usual.
Oh, it's the guy that plays the Lemon
Kalitas. Oh, Rob. Coach Rob in the house. We're going to be doing hitting approach tonight. Joey Broll watching as usual. Again, another trivia question tonight for Phillies tickets at the end of our show. Be about 20 minutes tonight. Hey, Jimmy Stinsman, Coach Stinsman from St. Joe's Prep checking in. Dan Rudolph from the World Champion Saturnalians. Dana O'Mac is watching right next to us. We'll be starting in about 2 minutes. We're letting some of our Royals players get checked in here before we get started. So the last couple nights, we've gone over a few topics. All the old videos are on my page if you just go in.
The last 3 videos.
The last 3 videos. The other night we did base running. A couple nights ago we did fielding, and our first one was bunting. So, tonight again, we're just going to talk about approaching the plate for younger guys. We're not going to go over swings or anything. We'll get into that. Hey, Zach Wyatt. Left-handed pitcher from Bloomsburg University and ex-Blue Soccer. Chris Ancone, what's up, buddy? Steve McGarry, my man. Coach Steve from Holy Family University checking in. Uncle Dan's watching for the trivia, I'm sure. It's a tough trivia question tonight, so get your Google fingers ready at the end of this video. All right, so if you have any young guys and you want to get them to watch, we're going to talk about hitting approach tonight. The Stewarts are watching. Stokes Tate's watching. We'll get started now. So let me get my bat. We're going to switch the thing around to our field, our homemade field. Remember, we're doing this for stuff that kids can do around the house. Stuff the kids can do around the house while they're locked in here, okay, and getting ready for the season. So let me turn the thing around. We'll go out to our field and we'll get started just talking about hitting tonight, okay? This is for the younger guys, even older guys too, but... Sorry, I got an aggressive 7-year-old here hitting buttons on the phone. Here we go. All right, so let's talk about hitting tonight. So the biggest thing tonight is I am not going to sit here and tell anybody how to swing a bat, how to stand. I'm not going to talk about launch angles. I'm not going to talk about hitting down on the ball. I'm not going to talk about any of that because there's a lot of different ways to hit. There's a lot of guys out there teaching hitting differently. But what I can talk about is your approach when you get to the plate. Things you can do before you get to the plate. Things that might give you a slight advantage. Hitting a baseball is a very hard thing to do. And then when you get the part down of actually hitting the ball, now you have to have luck to place the ball where you want to place it to actually get hits. Okay, so again, There's so many great instructors out there, especially in our little area we have. We have Northeast Philly, up in Bucks County. You can really find some really good hitting instructors out there that can work with you on your swing. I like to work with the younger guys. So again, tonight is not about me telling you how to hit or how to stand or anything like that. Okay, we're simply just going to go over approach. First thing you can do as a hitter is have a mindset. Okay, have a mindset when you go to the plate. All right, you should watch the pitcher. Okay, kids these days sit in the dugout, and for some reason, a lot of kids don't lock into the game. As they get older, yes, but the 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds, even 13-year-olds, they don't watch a pitcher. They don't try to pick up tendencies, So start to get your players to watch more, watch the game more. It sounds really crazy, but it's not. Okay, and again, like I said the other night with the base running, a lot of this I blame on the coaches. Keep your kids involved in the game. Keep them watching a pitcher. Okay, if we got a pitcher that every single batter, the first pitch is a fastball right down the middle to get ahead, we should know that. Our players should know that by the second, third inning. So the second time around, we're jumping on that first pitch maybe. We may be a team that likes to take pitches. But we're in a game now with a pitcher who now has a tendency. First pitch fastball right down the middle. All right, let's go up hacking. Let's go up and swing at that. That might be the best pitch we get to hit all at bat. Okay? So that's number one. Have a mindset. You can do that before you get into the batter's box. Talk to your teammates. If you're the first batter of the game or you're one of the top 3 or 4 guys in the lineup, let the other guys know what's going on. Is the ball moving in? Is it moving out? Is it cutting? Is it doing this? Is it doing that? Okay? Is it flat? I love the fact that my older team, they talk to each other. They come in, oh, his fastball's good, but it's flat. Or, hey, the velocity's not there, but it's really cutting in. So let's get into doing that with your teams, okay? Communication's so key with this stuff. When you get to the plate, again, it's a mindset. Our goal is to find a pitch to hit, okay? Now, as you get older, it's tough. I mean, you may get 3 at-bats in a game and 1 pitch and 3 at-bats to get a hit. Now, if you hit that pitch and go 1 for 3, you have Hall of Fame numbers. But you never know when that pitch is coming. So, at the younger age where you're not seeing as many breaking balls and stuff like that, our goal is to hit fastballs. Our number one goal is to work ourselves into a count. We call it a hitter's count. Jude, what's a hitter's count? Tell the people what a hitter's count is.
It's when a pitcher throws the fastball right down the middle.
And what are the counts usually, our hitter's counts?
2-1, 3-1, and 2-0.
Yeah, he got 2 out of the 3, so that's good. He remembered. I haven't gone over that with him in a while. So we're looking to get 2-0, 2-1, 3-1. Okay, 3-0, a lot of coaches like to give take signs. I'm one of them coaches, unfortunately, at the younger age. So let's try to get ourselves into a hitter's count, okay? Especially with a pitcher that's a little sporadic, that's a little wild. So that's our first thing. We get in there with a plan, okay? Now, things change. Coach might ask you to bunt. We went over bunting. Okay, you know the situation now. He's going to ask me to bunt. Get your bunt down, okay? We got a runner on third with less than 2 outs. We're looking to put the ball in play, okay? Especially if the infield stays back. We're looking to put the ball in play. Early in the count, we're looking to drive something. As you get deeper in the count, maybe you fall behind. Now we're just looking to put the ball in play to get that run home. Very important to get runs home with less than 2 outs and a guy on third. So, again, mine goes back to your mindset. What am I going to do while I'm on deck? What's my situation? I'm not on deck clowning around. I'm watching to see what goes on. Okay? What do I think the coach is going to ask me to do? So at the end of the day, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to get good pitches to hit and get a job done. You'll hear coaches yell all the time. Come on, do a job. Do your job. You know, I know it's an old baseball cliche, but it does mean something. You know, do your job. What's your job? Okay? If you're leading off an inning, your job's to get on base. If there's runners in scoring position, your job is to drive them in. Okay? If it calls to get runners over late in the game, your job might be to hit the ball to the right side. Okay? All right, so again, know what your job is when you get to the plate, and that will help out big time. Okay? Couple things when you're at the plate. This is our little home plate here. Okay? You know, we like to keep our distance. Again, not telling anybody where to stand. When we do get a pitch to hit, we create our little zone. We know our hot spot. Obviously, most guys like middle in. Get your hands to the ball, and you can really drive a fastball when you're heading to count. So we should always be looking middle in, okay? Always look middle in. What you don't want to do when you're ahead of the count is swinging a bad pitch. I have so many guys at every level. I've coached up to varsity level in high school, and I coach 7-year-olds. And everywhere in between, they get a 2-0 count, they get a fastball down the middle, and they just flare at the ball. Or they go into that wiffle ball stance. Or they're actually protecting the plate on a 2-0 count because they don't understand. They don't understand counts. Okay? So when you're ahead of the count, you got to be ripping. You got to be giving a full swing. When we're front tossing in the cages to our guys, you know, the last couple swings, they want you to really rip through a ball. Okay? They should be like working situations when they're front tossing. I always work situations. Hitters count. You're ripping through the ball, okay? All right, and then it all changes when you fall behind in the count. Now you got to kind of go in protect mode. Kids are being taught these days to be really aggressive at the plate. You know, the whole launch angle thing, which I'm not against, but, you know, whatever. They're being taught to rip, even with 2 strikes. And I understand. I get it. You know, kids are trying to make a name for themselves. They're trying to get to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level. But as a young kid with 2 strikes, you have to learn how to at least put the ball in play. Okay? You'll be able to start ripping your swing as you get older and you develop a pure swing and it's muscle memory. But you're still learning at these young ages. And when I say young ages, up to 13, 14, even some 15-year-olds. It's crazy, but it's true. So with 2 strikes, we have to go into protect mode. Maybe move in a little bit. Maybe choke up. I hear guys yell, 2 in, 2 up. You know, it's, again, cliches, but it kind of makes sense. Get in there and protect. Dickerson for the Phillies last year, the short time we had him, was great at that. They talked about it every at-bat. He would get the 2 strikes and fight pitch off, pitch off, pitch off. They have 11, 12 pitch at-bats and then drop a single. Okay? The more foul balls you get when you're fighting at the plate with 2 strikes, the less deep a pitcher's going to go. When you're facing a really good pitcher for, say, in a championship game of a tournament or a semifinal game, or just like a league game in high school, you can drive their pitches up. There's pitching restrictions now. So foul balls aren't a bad thing with 2 strikes. Okay? So you don't have to swing out of your shoes with 2 strikes. You need to protect. Okay? All right? And then our job, as always, is to hit line drives. Hitting a baseball is hard enough. And then when you make the perfect contact, you hit a complete missile, you could still hit it at somebody and make it out. So, this part of the talk is about when you don't think you have a good at bat. I give kids pats on the backs all the time if they strike out, or they hit a rocket to center, or they smoke a ball right at the shortstop. They're pissed off and mad, but if I see good swings, you can't really get mad. There's nothing you can do about it. If you put a good swing on a ball and you hit it, and you make it out, that's just life. And then I see kids get so mad and get themselves so worked up, they go to the field, they make an error, they take it to their next at-bat, and next thing you know, their first at-bat of the game, they square the ball up perfectly, it just happened to be at somebody, they end up going 0 for 4, they make 2 errors, and, you know, that's just, it's not a good thing for kids, okay? So you have to get used to making outs. I know it sounds crazy, and everybody says that, but you have to get used to making those outs. You're going to make a ton of outs. Like I tell everybody, if you have 100 at-bats, you're going to make 70 outs. That's Hall of Fame numbers. Okay? The best hitters hitting the 300s. The Hall of Famers hitting the 300s. So you're going to make a crap load of outs. Okay? So you just have to mentally prepare for that going into a game. Okay? I know kids that go 1 for 3 and are mad. They're mad. 1 for 3 is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal game. Okay? Especially against a good pitcher. All right? Obviously, as a coach and as a player, and your parents will always want you to get a hit every at-bat, but we all know that's never going to happen, okay? So keep a level head. If you hit a home run or you strike out, bring your emotions down or back up after that, okay? It's a big thing now. Kids are so emotional anymore these days, and they can't control them. They can't control them beyond like a half hour, and that could be another at-bat. It could be 3 plays in the field. So we need to be smart about this, okay? So, just to recap a few things, again, have a mindset. Talk to your teammates. Talk to your teammates in the dugout. Let them know what you're seeing with the pitchers. This ball's cutting on righties. It's going away. It's dropping. This ball drops. He's got excellent velocity. He likes to throw fastballs down the middle. All right, this guy's starting us with curveballs every pitch. So we'll sit back and wait. Okay. All right. Have that going on in the dugout. Then when you're on deck, start to simulate in your head situations. What's this coach going to ask me to do? What if the batter ahead of me hits a double and knocks 2 guys in, and now there's a man on second with 2 outs? Okay, what's my job? What's my job at 1 out and a man on second? Is he going to ask me to bunt? Do I just need to hit something to the outfield to get a run home from third? But just have a plan in your head, okay? All right, and again, when we get into the box, we're looking to get a fastball to hit. We're looking to get into a hitter's count, okay? Sorry. We're looking to get into a hitter's count. We're looking to maybe catch that fastball on the first pitch, you know, the 2-0s, the 3-1s, the 2-1 counts, okay? And we're looking to drive the ball. Good swings, like I said, we're not going to get into people's swings tonight. Good swings, try to finish, and get down and get moving and get hustling around the bases, okay? Because you're not going to win games unless you get guys on base, all right? So, and the third thing is keep your head. Stay level-headed. It's very important. Like I said, I've seen guys hit home runs over fences, and then they go out in the field, and they're so amped up and excited. The first ball's hit to them playing third base, and they overthrow the first baseman by 30 feet because their emotions are just running still. Their adrenaline's running. And then the other end of it, I see a guy that strikes out, and he goes out to the field all mad, and he makes an error right out of the bat. The ball's hit right at him. Okay? Control your emotions. All right? So we're going to bring Jude in and do a few demonstrations to go over, like, you know, around the plate on where he should be. And then we'll ask our trivia question, and we'll end the night on that, okay? So Jude comes up to the plate. This is our plate, okay? Face the camera. All right, Jude's in the box. He's in a spot where he needs to be early in the count, okay? He's just waiting for a fastball, okay? So look, he's in a spot where he normally is. Don't swing, okay? He's always locked in for a fastball. Now all of a sudden, Jude got 2 strikes, okay? So Jude's got to change his mindset. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit. Move your hands up. Maybe move in a little bit, okay? So there are 2 things I teach the little guys, okay? Now with 2 strikes, you can protect the plate a little more, all right? So a couple other things you can do, all right? A lot of velocity coming at you, okay? If there's pitchers throwing hard, maybe step back in the box a little bit, all right? Step back, all right? Just a small adjustment. I'm not talking go to the back of the box, okay? If it's a flat fastball with velocity, step back. If the pitcher has a ball that drops or he's working a low zone, maybe move up a little. Don't be too predictable, but just kind of slide up, not too obvious, and get yourself in a better hitting position. Again, we want to make contact with a ball in the zone. We don't want to be hitting balls down here. We don't want to be hitting balls up here, okay? All right? So Jude now is moved up in the box in case we're facing a guy where the ball's dropping a little or he's working a low zone and the ump's giving them those knee strikes all day, okay? Now we just moved the zone up for ourselves, okay? We didn't have to move the plate. We didn't have to move anything. We just got the zone a little higher for ourselves because if we're up a little bit, the ball is going to travel a little higher. It's not going to dip till later, okay? And we can get our hands through the ball. All right? So, you good? All right. So all that being said, at the end of the day, when you go to the plate, like I said, have a plan. Talk to your teammates. Talk to your coaches. Do not speak on every pitch. Do not yell at your kids when they swing through a ball. Do not yell, what are you doing? Okay? I've done it, trust me. I get frustrated when kids go down looking with 2 strikes. You know, it happens. But I'm learning, you know, you can't go every pitch, okay? It's hard enough, like I said. Remember when we were younger, you get in that zone, you get in that batter's box, that ball's coming in. You know, these kids, it's hard enough to hit balls, and now these kids, these days are throwing harder. They're throwing curveballs earlier. They got different pitches at a younger age. So try to support your kids with hitting. Hitting is a very hard thing to do, okay? It's, you know, one of the main parts of winning a baseball game. You know, everyone always says, you know, how do you win a baseball game? I preach defense and hitting, but of course, I mean, defense and pitching, but of course you have to hit the ball, okay? So, like I said, another tip you can do, if a kid's struggling, and he's really struggling, and when I say struggling, I don't mean 1 or 2 games. If he's in a 5-6 game problem where he's not getting pitches to hit, you know, move a guy down in the lineup. It doesn't hurt. I used to move some of my guys that are all playing in college now. Every one of them dropped down at some point over the years for a couple games just so they can see more fastballs, okay? For some reason, everybody thinks from batter 6 on can't hit, so those kids tend to get more fastballs, all right? You'll always hear, oh, come on, 9, 10, 11 coming up. Well, what's that mean? Does that mean those kids don't know how to play baseball? I don't like to tell my pitchers who's coming up at a younger age. I hate saying top because then they get a little uptight. I don't like to tell them bottom of the order because then they might take a pitch off and, so. But it's a good thing to do as a coach with your players. Move them down a little bit if they're struggling. Move them down to 7 or 8. Let them see some fastballs. Let them make some contact. Let them, get some confidence going. So again, tonight wasn't about me telling kids where to stand and how to hit and do a launch angle and all that stuff. Okay, it was just something we could talk about hitting, the mindset. You can talk to your players. You can send text to your players about this stuff. Send them a checklist of things to do before they go to the plate. Jude and I will sit here and talk about hitting all the time. Okay, counts. Instill in their heads what the counts are. I asked a 7-year-old tonight, what are hitters' counts? And he's 7. He got 2 out of the 3 right out of the gate. He knew 3-1. He knew 2-1. This stuff will help him when he gets older. Okay? All right? So I hope all this helped tonight. We do have a trivia question. Go get the tablet for me. We have a trivia question. No. So I asked a 7-year-old to go get the tablet, and the first thing he does is hand me an iPod. I actually have a legit tablet with the trivia questions on. So that's just a sign of times. It's right here on the steps. So, our trivia question tonight, I'm going to give some people some time to get it together. Last thing I do want to say before we hit the trivia question is I'm getting so many texts every day. I'm sure the guys out there that are involved with baseball in the area are getting the same question. Are we going to play this year? What's going to happen? What's going on? I firmly believe, and I'm very positive, that we will play baseball this year. It may not be till a little later, but I really think we're going to play baseball at some point this year. They can't hold us. They can't hold you down forever, okay? This virus is going to do its thing. We're going to get through it, and we will be playing baseball, I believe, at all levels this year at some point, okay? So stay sharp. When it happens, it's going to come fast. You might be used to 2 to 3 games a week. You might have 5 games a week now. Make up games, so be ready to go. At the end of this trivia question, Jude's going to come out, and I really think for the first week, when everybody gets back, it should just be fun. All the kids should have fun. Everybody have fun. Maybe do things you normally don't do. Bat flips. I'm sort of against them when they're done to me. I don't really like it if you're showing a team up on a big hit or something and you flip the bat a little bit. I'm okay with that. But that's another topic. But I think the first week when we get back, everybody should do a bat flip. If someone hits them, celebrate. And no one should get mad the first week. After that, then all the old baseball rules should go into effect. So after our trivia question tonight, Jude is going to demonstrate, not right now, after we get our winner of the trivia question, Jude is going to demonstrate his bat flip for everybody to end our video tonight, okay? So I hope this stuff helped. Again, text me with any questions you have. I'm bored, obviously. I'm laid off from work right now because of this thing. You can inbox me, text me, and we're going to continue to do this stuff, okay? We're just going to keep doing topics and topics. The next one will probably be outside my yard, which will be good. Maybe do some live stuff, okay? So here's the trivia question tonight, and then I'm going to come around, swing around, get on the other side of the camera so I can see everybody's answers. This is for 2 Phillies tickets. Not sure when. I'm not sure where. Again. So, there are 6 players in Major League history that I believe are some of the best hitters ever. And that was our thing tonight, hitting. Okay? That have 3,000 hits and 500 home runs. The first person to name all 6 guys, 3,000 hits, 500 home runs, will win the Phillies tickets. All right, we're going to spin around so we can see the answers, and then we'll end tonight with our bat flip.
No one answered yet.
Nope, we're just watching. Here, go out there and dance around. Go to your bat flip.
I can turn around.
All right, again, you can hear me. Jude's dancing. The trivia question is, 6 guys, there are 6 guys that have 3,000 hits and 500 home runs. If you name them all, you win 2 Phillies tickets for free. All right, so we're sitting here waiting for answers to come in. I know there's a small delay. Everybody's Googling right now. I hope tonight's hitting and talking about hitting helped everybody. The video will be on my Facebook page.
Paulina, Julian.
No.
It looks like we have a winner already. My goodness. It looks like Julian from the 11U team's the first one to chime in. Hank Aaron, Willie Mays, Albert Pujols, A-Rod, Eddie Murray, and Rafael Palmeiro. We have a winner. So that's Julian from the 11U team is our trivia question winner tonight. And we'll figure out the tickets when we get started. All right? So let's end the night off. Like I said, I talked about tonight. Hold on, Jude. Let's have some fun when we go out to baseball. Go back to baseball. Bat flip. Have fun. Talk a little trash, okay? So we're going to put you back on our little, our field, our in-house field, and Jude's going to demonstrate his backflip, and then we'll call it a night. Hold on, Jude. Oh, no, move over. Move over. You're too close to the lamp. Over that towards the plate. Can't see it. Over more. No. And up. Move up. Move up. You don't have to use the plate. All right, so Jude, hold on, is going to demonstrate how he does his backflip. Here we go. This is going to end the night. Remember, have fun when you're out there playing when we go back. Go ahead. That's Jude to end the night. I appreciate everybody watching. Check out all our videos on my page. This is our 4th one. And we will see you next time in a few days.